So then I called Vince. I said, bro, broke a couple ribs screwing around. I said, I need a doctor in Toronto when I get there. He goes, oh, well, before you, he called me Monster. Well, Monster, before you go to Toronto, I need you down in Miami tomorrow. I said, Miami? Why Miami? Well, The Rock wants to rehearse the match. I said, rehearse what? I've never rehearsed anything in my life. What are you talking about? Well, we just want to make sure you can still go. I'm like, all right. So out of respect, I go down to Miami. They got this ring set up in this hot-ass warehouse. And thank God The Rock's dad was there, Rocky Johnson, who I traveled with. He's one of my guys, And Pat Patterson was there. And so I got in the ring with The Rock out of respect. And I really hadn't seen The Rock since I threw my headband out, and he caught it when he was a kid,
That's crazy.
And so now we're in the ring, and he's this major star. I got nothing but respect for him because he's really good in the ring, Bo. I watched him. He really has his shit together. So we get there, and all of a sudden, we're talking about, okay, we're going to lock up. And he's telling me, and he's got this whole thing in his head. We're going to lock up, go to the corner. You go to throw a punch, I'll duck, I'll block it, spit.
Wait, quickly. This is the first time you've ever been through a rehearsal like this.
Yes. In 30 years.
It's shocking. They told me this.
So shocking's not because the way he was explaining the Rikishi match before too, he's like, "Oh, I told him throw me off the buckle and chart." You told him in that moment.
Yes,
in the moment.
yes, Mike. Yes, they called it on the spot.
Yeah,
the entire match.
It's how things used to be done. Yeah.
How?
It's insane.
I would just lead the match, bro. I listen with my ears and my heart. I can hear what they want, And so at the end of the day, The Rock's saying, okay, duck this punch, bang, bang, bang. Then get some heat on me, shut me down. The duck clothesline, 2 drop kicks over the top, pull me out. Run me in the pool. And he's telling me all this stuff. I'm going, you got the whole match planned out? He goes, well, no. He goes, these are all the high spots and all the good stuff. I said, well, what if this doesn't work and the people shit on it? Are we going to keep doing this? He goes, oh, that'll be fine, this, that, and the other. Sitting in this 100-degree warehouse is Rocky Johnson, Rock's dad, going, Dwayne, listen to Hogan.
Oh, man.
Dwayne, listen to Hogan. And so Pat Patterson goes, all right, now we want you to go through the match. I said, no. I said, if I go through this match now, I'm going to get hurt. There's no way in hell I can wrestle with no people. I need 50, 60, 70,000 people. I can't wrestle.
By the way, and this is still with your ribs.
Yeah, but I wasn't selling it, bro. I was all gimmicked up and shit. I wasn't selling that shit. But anyway, so then we go to Toronto, right? We're in the dressing room, and I really don't even like to get dressed in the dressing room with the guy I'm wrestling, because I want things to be organic. I want to be able to feel. I don't like sitting in the dressing room with the guy. It's just something about that. I just like my cooler full of beer, have my few beers and stuff, and then I'm ready to go. And so...
He's so old school, man. It's so refreshing.
And that beer for him, he is a real American.
Yeah.
If you ask, who is number one real American, Hulk Hogan's got to be.
Okay, so now I've tried to remember some of these things, okay? And all of a sudden, I go out to the ring. Now, I've hit The Rock in the back of the head with a hammer, a ball-peen hammer. I put him in an ambulance. I put chains around the ambulance. I've got in a semi. I ran the ambulance over with the semi. Vince is going, do it again. I run the ambulance over again with a semi. I thought for sure I pissed people off. I tried to do whatever I could to get heat because I'm Hollywood Hogan. Yeah. The bad guy. Scott Hall, that bullshit. God bless you. But anyway, so now I come out to the ring at WrestleMania 18 and they cheer like crazy. I'm like, oh shit. We got a problem. Yeah. Now he comes out and they boo the piss out of him. And so we start the match like he wanted to bang, and all of a sudden, as he's hitting me, they're just booing the shit out of him. All of a sudden, thumb in the eye, throat, whatever. I said, slow down, brother. Yeah. So I said, it takes a few minutes to get this back on track. So I started listening, we got it back on track. But then once we got on track, man, he was perfect. He pivots, and he makes the transitions, and he knows placement, the timing, the balance, everything he's got is spot on. So it was just like a pleasure to work with him. I wish we'd have never talked, because we really didn't do any of that shit we talked about.
So you just went off script.
So we just basically, and actually usually I call the match in the ring, but he was so good, he was talking to me too. you know, if somebody's that good, I listen, brother, you know, because I can learn on the spot and they're really quick, but that's how it works. You know, you just gotta, you know, it's an art form, you know, and once it's all instinct, you know, and it's heartfelt. And once you really figure it out and once you get out there, then you can call your own destiny. Then you can, you know, make the right deal for yourself. You know, once you get to that place where you're a real attraction, sometimes you get bigger than the company, and that can be a problem.